I think they're at the stage where they just got to jump and do it. They have to interlink with the region and the world, so it's going to be a timed event. I don't have the date for that, but I think we're going to see it shortly. Sudanese directs to hold an extraordinary session next Sunday to discuss the 2024 budget schedules. An extraordinary session, for an extraordinary announcement. The rate change is here. Article. Sudanese directs to hold an extraordinary session next Sunday to discuss the 2024 budget schedules. The reason Council of Ministers, which normally meet on Tuesday, are meeting on Sunday is they can only meet after the rate changes. They are reducing the deficit. To reduce the deficit, you have to reduce your expenses, cost, and figures. The only way they can do that is revaluing the currency. This step is contingent upon the rate change. Iraq is always much farther ahead than it seems in these articles, as they can read a bit gloomy at times, like there is a ton more of work to be done. But in reality, they are much closer to accomplishing most of the goals to the pillars of financial reform, as we realize is needed to progress forward into the international arena and play ball with the big guys. Folks, it is coming. We can't stop it now. It is just a matter of time. If and when Iraq does decide to float their currency, there will be no RV prior. When a currency floats, it begins whatever the exchange rate is at the time, and its value is determined by various factors. The only reason Sudani went to Washington was because of the monetary reform and banking changes. It had nothing to do with Iraq forces or American military forces. That was just a cover-up screen. Kurdistan Regional Government received 443 billion dinars from the Federal Ministry of Finance to finance the April salaries of the region's employees. Yesterday, Tuesday, the Federal Ministry of Finance announced the launch of funding for the salaries of Kurdistan Region employees and the categories of those eligible for the month of April. The Ministry of Finance of the Kurdistan Regional Government confirmed, earlier today, the start of distributing the salaries of civilian and military retirees, the families of martyrs, Anfal victims, and people with special needs, for the month of last April. If and when Iraq does decide to float their currency, there will be no RV prior. When a currency floats, it begins whatever the exchange rate is at the time, and its value is determined by various factors.